Hey guys, Space Feeders here. It's been a while since we've done a video. I'm aware of this. I know a lot of you have asked me where I've been. And to be honest with you, I've just been really busy. I've had a lot of stuff going on personally. I've got a lot of cubic work going on, and a lot of actual work. I work a 60-hour week. So pretty busy, and I haven't really found the time to do videos, but I thought that I would do a builder's perspective video for the overworld because I know a lot of you are going to want to start building overworlds, and I feel like there's a lot of information that hasn't quite been shown yet on that, so I'm going to cover it. But first, we're just going to talk about navigating the overworld. So when you leave your realm, it will kick you to an overworld. This happens to be the new Eden. There's a lot of new stuff here. Um, this parkour is new. That's QBurf's office. That's the same. This early learning center is the same. This museum is brand new realm. That's down the bottom. The heart is our realm. Town centre, brand new again. That's been done from scratch. This Colosseum realm is new, and this is the adventure. I'm not sure what the warp pipe is. The blue course. Oh, it's just the blue course. And then obviously you've got your mines, because I forgot what a mine was. Anyway, so navigating. When you buy an overworld, or you're at an overworld, you can see this little icon in the top right. So if you click that, pops up all the different overworlds. Um, the ones with the Cosmic Cow logo will always be first, and those are your official sort of realms, and then followed by the rest of them. Now, it's not quite clear how that's going to work yet. I've spoken to QBurf a bit about it, and he was saying that the most popular ones will sort of appear at the top, but they're looking to potentially add an option to search by player name, because not everyone's going to name their overworld after their own name. So being able to search by player name would be really handy to find anyone's overworld that you wanted. Now, if you've just bought an overworld, if you click the little search button, it brings up the old style lobby bumper for the events, for your realms, your popular realms, and it will also have an option for overworlds, brand new overworld. So you can click that, name it, it'll send you there just like it would normally for a realm. But my overworld for this, we're going to be going straight to it from here. So this is a basic overworld. The realms themselves are 99 by 99 for anyone that wanted to know. So they are exactly the same size as the 99 realms. They, however, do not come like 99 by 99 of flooring, if that makes sense. The ocean around the edge is also buildable on. It just happens to be ocean. It's the ocean is 2 blocks deep, and the grass that we're stood on at the moment is one overworld scrub and then one grass on top of that. And that's how they come. You can dig out all of this if you choose to. You can dig out all of the ocean if you choose to, but that's entirely up to you, of course. So there's a few bits in the Overworld pack available on the beta at the moment, and there's a few bits that aren't in it for whatever reason. So we're just going to go through a couple of those. So you have your Overworld sand, your Overworld grass, your Overworld mountain, Overworld ocean, Overworld scrub. Those are your basic Overworld building blocks. You also get Overworld realm spots, which look like that. That is where you can put your realm, just like that. Also worth noting that you can, sorry, they have to be a certain distance apart. So we'll talk about that quick. The realm spots have to be 3 squares apart. That is the spacing. So when designing your realm, be aware that you can't have a realm spot any closer than 3 spots in any direction, up, down, left, right. So make sure you plan for that, otherwise it could screw you up. You can also link overworlds. So you can have multiple overworlds coming off yours. So you could, in fact, create your overworld as an overworld lobby, showing off all different types of overworlds, or you could have very specific overworlds for each of your builds. For instance, if you wanted to have an overworld of just maps that you built, an overworld of just racing tracks you just built, you could then link the different overworlds together in one overworld. overworld, if that makes sense. This block here is a start spot. So wherever you put this, a player can spawn into your overworld, because they don't spawn at this door by default. When you enter, it picks a random place in the realm for you to spawn. Sometimes it's by the door, sometimes it's in the furthest corner. And if you build an overworld like one I built, where it's got height to it and there's gaps under it, you can spawn underneath the map. So you don't want that. So the realm spots give you places you can spawn. You can have loads of these. You can give people many different places they could spawn, but this will choose where you spawn. So if you've got one, they will always spawn here. If you have more than one, they could spawn over here as well. And then you've got the crowbar, which is used to yank your castles off of these blocks. Nice and straightforward. And then you have the mines. So you've got your forest mine. Worth noting as well, if you have stuff too close to the edges of these mines, they will overlap with them. So as you can see, that tree is forced through that block. And if you do end up with something like this, which they may well stop it from happening by the end of the betas, you can get pushed into the sky. Like I did it with one on the edge of a realm, and it overhangs outside of the realm. And so when you jump out, if it jumps you to the right side, it pushes you outside the realm, and then you're stuck. So that's worth noting. You've got to be careful of your positioning of mines as well. They're a lot bigger. You're going to want a lot bigger area space around your realms. And then we've got the desert mine. We've got the mountain mine. We've got the tropical mine. We've got the Arctic mine, which looks really cool. That's the wrong button. And we've got deep forest mine, which is interesting that they've added this, because they always said that you previously weren't going to be able to get to the deep forest. There's still no cave mine, so we're still not going to be visiting the cave mine. The other thing that I haven't actually tested this yet, so we'll see what happens, but when I was speaking to Q-Birth about building in these, I was telling him that if for some people, they're going to want to mine out this ocean. Not everyone is going to want ocean. That's a guarantee. Me, for one, immediately wanted to do something without ocean, but the sheer task of clearing the ocean, I wasn't prepared to do it. So I've been told that nukes work, but it seems that it doesn't, or at least it doesn't at the moment. He told me that nukes were going to be able to work. Bombs do not work either. So hopefully that nuke patch is coming in before the main launch, because clearing this is really hard work. I've tried, so we will see. The other great thing that has been added after I spoke about it was a Heidi bumper, which is also not letting me place it in this overworld. It let me do it in the other overworld, which is strange. But it's not letting me place it now in this one. So we'll have to see what we can do about that, because again, if you're anything like me, you're not going to want to build with your name. It's annoying for anyone that does a lot of building knows, so that's annoying. Right, we shall go and look at the other overworld, because why not? It's the one I've done the building in. This is my overworld. As you can see, there's not a lot of ocean in it. And there's a lot of height, a lot of different building to it. Oh, cars also work in the overworld, for anyone that wanted to know about that. So that's really useful. Worth noting, realm spots are not designed to go into the floor like these. I will show you why. It spawns your castles stuck in the floor. Now you can actually jump into these, but it causes a load of problems trying to get out of them. So worth noting, realm spots are supposed to be spawned above the ground like that. So don't do what I did, because you will have to change all of it. The other thing is same with the mines. I've got the mines to show you as well. If you do that, the mines will spawn in the floor, which is really annoying, and you don't want that. So avoid that at all costs. But yeah, I just sort of went for like a pyramid style, little islands, little, as you can see, like it's quite big. You can get a lot in, you can do a lot with it. Obviously, this was just for messing around purposes. I doubt anyone has got this many realms, but if they do, then they could do something like this. Worth mentioning as well, something that doesn't come in the packs at the moment is the wild spot, sorry, which is exactly the same as the yellow realm one, but it allows random players to place realms, very much like how the old overworlds used to work. You find a spot, you can claim it, sort of thing. Again, they haven't been implemented yet because they're not quite sure how they want to do it, but it seems like it's going to be on some sort of rental system, pretty much like the old ones, rent for a day, rent for a week, with the qubits going to either the game itself or the player whose overworld it is, but you should be able to rent spaces on people's overworlds, which would be quite cool. There's a load of world icon blocks as well that aren't available. I think a lot of them are probably to do with the actual official overworlds, and we might not be able to get them. But I know that one of the blocks is available for us, and that's allowing us to put the official realms into our overworlds, so you can have your own town centre and things like that for quick access. So that's pretty cool. The other two that pop up for the overworld that aren't listed here as well is Overworld Scrub and Overworld Cracked Earth. Sorry, Snowy Scrub and Cracked Earth. So I'm not sure where they are or why they're not available to us. Just going to see if the Heidi bumper works in here. No, it's not working in here anymore. Okay. So I'm not sure why they're not available to us, but they will be, I'm assuming, at some point. The other really cool thing that works in here, you watch me say this again and it not work, is stamps. So you can customize your overworld with some snow, with some bottomless if you wanted to, with some red murk. You can, yeah, you can have pretty much anything you want, which is cool. And finally, the last thing that I think people will want to know about building an overworld. Oh, this door, by the way, doesn't really have like a final destination. So I find that it tends to take me to the last place I was before I came to the overworld, which for a lot of people will be your starter realm, I imagine, or something similar. But this is a bit of a wild card. This just tends to chuck you out places, and it's not used as an entrance to the overworld either, so it's a bit strange. Of course, you've got your deeds. You get a deed for your overworld. This is primarily just so you can link overworlds together. It doesn't really have any other functionality. But yeah, the other thing that people are going to want to know is I have a list of the other blocks that are available to build in. Because as you might have seen, I've got stone blocks in here, which aren't in the overworld pack. So I'll just read out the different blocks available. So you have stone block, crude signpost, old wood block, white flowers, sandstone, new wood block, stone brick cap, water, pink flower, red flower, blue flower, yellow flower, snow, mountain, black plaster, lava, fancy road, warning sign, stop sign, left, right, up and down sign, cobblestone, and both of the scaffoldings work. Now, I know it's probably not as big a block list as most people would want, especially considering the diversity of builds, but I think it's a pretty reasonable selection to start with. Every block does work in the overworld, in theory, but they haven't added them all because they're not quite sure of the amount of lag it's going to create and things like that. So we've been given a dumbed down version to play with. There's still hundreds of possibilities of overworlds with just those, and you never know, later on down the line when they do some more overworld updates, we might be able to see a few more of those blocks added. But I think that's about it. I think that's about everything people are going to need to know about the overworld going into building. I hope that I've shared all of the annoyances that I've come across with you so that when you build it, you can avoid those mistakes, such as the realm placements and the distancing and the mines and all that sort of thing. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing from me again. It's been a little while. And hopefully I'll be back with something else fairly soon. Not sure what it's going to be. I might just stick to updates as opposed to the amount of content I was producing before, but we'll see. Leave a comment for me. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if there's anything you want to know. I'll see if I can answer those questions for you. As usual, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all guys another time. Thanks, guys.